Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Ritual League 3.13. In this episode, I'm going to be going over a build guide for my zombie, summoner, necromancer, absolute monstrosity. Zombies are OP Kappa, and it's just a meme, don't worry. We're doing Awakener 9, I've killed 7 Awakener 9s, it's easy as fuck. I've done my whole Atlas, I'm doing Super Juice, Delirium, Burial Chambers in the corner with Kadir. Like, look at this shit. Oh my god, look at these quants, look at the un-ID'd. It's fine. Our build easy clamp, dude. So I want to do a build guide for the build before I got the Headhunter and before I got the Emmy, and it's what I recommend. And then I guess I can show you guys also the path of building that's up to date with my new Headhunter, just so you guys are all up to date. That's the point. I want to be able to allow you guys, obviously, the ability to make what I have and understand it all. So I have a POB here. It's the old build before I switched to the Headhunter. So as I said, regular belt. It was a Stygian Vice with life, lightning, res, chaos res, and a extra suffix craft. This is what I love to do, is 2 suffix life plus open suffix, so I get the craft. And then I had a jewel, which I moved into my skill tree, but for the Headhunter. But life, lightning res, taunt, easy clap. And the old amulet was just a zombie life minimum endurance charge. I mentioned this in the last video, but I'll keep mentioning it. The minimum endurance charges come from June Unveils. It's a suffix. Okay, so this was the build before the Headhunter and before the changes. And so 288 DPS with impale, with 100% impale. And they have block 4948, res cap. We're stun immune. We're zombies do everything. 5200 HP, 589 regen. Look, the physical damage reduction isn't that bad. Against really big hits, it's 24, so that deletes all the armor. We actually have some. We at least have some, which is pretty cool. If you click the Flasks, and you come into the calculations, you'll see that our physical, it's really good with the Flasks. And what was I gonna do? Yeah, anyways, I go through the whole build. So this is my zombie build. I did a league starter for it with the skeletons, so you can go look at the starter skeleton build. And then I transitioned it to zombies that awaken multi-strike. And then this is my actual build that I farmed a lot with because the reason why I didn't put out the thing with just the awaken multi and the zombies is because its defenses were a bit weird. So when I added in the block, so I added in a shield, I added in the block nodes on the skill tree, and but we switched to bone offering. Our survivability went up like crazy. So instead of like 20k effective HP, we go to like, yeah, a lot. And this isn't even counting the fortify from the Kingmaker or the no crit from the Garb of the Ephemeral from the Animate Guardian. There's a lot of stuff to go over. So first of all, this is my skill tree. Like I said, I have the starter stuff if you want that, but this is what we did. And I'll go through my skills first. So we don't use bone armor from the Ascendancy from Bone Barrier because it shares a cooldown with a Mortal Call. It's a guard skill, and so I don't use this, and so it's just extra. And Bone Barrier still gives us all the effects without needing to use bone armor. So I use a Mortal Call instead on a cast when damage taken setup. So I use level 1 cast when damage taken to trigger a level 3 Immortal Call because of the levels 38, very important, has to stay low level. And then in my helmet, I use a Raised Spectre, Meat Shield, Animate Guardian, Blood Magic, and the helm is Minion life 20, 80 life with extra zombie. The extra zombie is a June Unveil again. So Blood Magic, yep. And then we have the ring, Convocation. And then we have Val Summon Skelly, Summon Carrion Golem, Maim, and Stone Golem. So you could put Feeding Frenzy in here instead of the Summon Skeletons to make the Carrion Golem and the Stone Golem more aggressive, but I don't seem to have a problem with it. And then I have 20 Pride in the other ring. We have Dread Banner, Awakened Generosity, Flame Dash. The Awakened Generosity helps the Dread Banner to get the extra impale chance. That's how we're getting the 100. You need the Awakened Generosity as part of it, and leveled up, and with quality. Only this one needs quality, the Dread Banner. And then we use Divergent Dread Banner, which is the alternate quality one, and it's so you and your nearby allies have 5% chance to impale enemies on hit. So you get an extra 5%, and with Flame Dash. That's in my shield. And then in boots, I have the casting damage taken, Immortal Call, like I said. I used to run Frostwall, but I found after going block I don't need it. And you can switch the Bone Offering from the weapon, because this is on a trigger. My wand has a trigger a socketed spell when you use a skill. And so if you AFK Blight, you won't be able to do this because you're just sitting there not using abilities. So you switch this to Skitterbots, and you switch your Skitterbots to Bone Offering level 8. The reason level 8 is so it can be triggered by the level 1 cast when damage taken, and then that allows you... I could actually show it here, because it doesn't matter, and then I could turn it off, and then there we go, just to show that you can have this as a level 8 option to put in there. And here it'd be the Skitterbots, but it's turned off, and it's to show you that you can swap that for AFK Blight. And then Skitterbots helps a lot, Shock and Chill. And then we have this is my main 6-link for the zombies, the main carries. So I'd say that the most important thing here that we're doing is Feeding Frenzy. I like it the most. I use it because I find that I like my minions to be aggressive, especially the ones, if they're killing everything, I need them to reach as far as possible, kill everything. I don't want to get off-screened by anything, it's bullshit. Feeding Frenzy, I go Divergent, and it gets an extra 10% move speed, Pog. Then we also have Awaken Multi, I'd say is really, really, really important for zombies, that extra slam and then the extra damage. Awaken Melee Fizz for the Intimidate, 10% chance to Intimidate is huge. I'd say Awaken Minion damage, you could use Brutality instead. The only thing is, after I went Headhunter, and I have Grave Intentions on the skill tree, I find that maybe the extra Chaos damage and the extra whatever Headhunter damage it's doing of extra element maybe is pretty cool. And then I went for very important, Anomalous Impale. And this gives 10% chance to impale, and I actually have a 23 quality, so this has 11% extra chance, so it's 51. It's weird, super weird. You could actually get weird extra min-maxes later, I'm noticing, but you don't need that extra 1%, it's bonus. And then the weapon is an auto trigger, so I trigger Desecrate, Bone Offering, Tempest Shield in that order. Pretty insane. So Tempest Shield is keeping up 4% block and spell block, attack and spell block the whole time and it just keeps refreshing on block. So once you get it up once and you're mapping, you're gonna keep it up basically. But we also keep triggering it automatically too, so we don't even have to worry about it. And we have the free block from the Bone Offering because we have Mistress of Sacrifice. It makes half of the offering go to us, so we get half of the blocks. You see, we get 18 block, 18 spell block, easy. It's pretty cool, and these are my Ascendancies. I went for Mindless Aggression, then Unnatural Strength, then Bone Barrier, then Mistress of Sacrifice. The reason I did Mistress last is because I was using Spirit Offering for most of the game, because it's kind of fun to cheese the reses of your minions because it's so expensive. And then, it turns out that I don't use the Bone Offering for a long time because the whole basis of this block build is based around this shield with the 5% recover 5% of life when you block. Once you try this, you'll be like, oh my god, Spirit Offering's back. Oh my god, this is Spirit Offering. Block plus this shield is Spirit Offering. Holy shit, it's back, dude. I gotta get this. And then later we get to go recover 5% of energy shield when you block. But either way, let's not confuse people. My Pantheons are Lunaris and Dabrath. We kill all the bandits. We get those 2 passives. Went through my skills. Very important, like I said, the Anomalous Impale and the Divergent Dread Banner and the Awakened Generosity to get the extra Impale. If you're like, this is how you get the 100% Impale. It's very important. It's how we only use 1 Rotting Claws. It's super cool because I don't want to use more of these. I already hate using one. Yeah, so then I'll go through my items. We're in our final thing. Alright, okay. So this is my weapon. Went for 2 levels. +1 to all spell skill gems and +1 to minion skill gems with an open suffix to craft the trigger. This was like 4.5x. I wouldn't recommend crafting it yourself. You should still be able to buy it for cheaper than crafting it yourself. Don't worry about it. I have a video on how to craft this from before, but it's only it normally takes like 12 4-socket resonators and a 4 fossil combo that you can look up on Craft of Exile. Actually, while I continue talking, I will pull it up because people ask about this all the time, and I'll include it here. You can do this. Is it one-handed weapons? Let's find out. Convoking wand. You can do fossils, and you can do item level 86 or 83. I think it's the same. And you can select minion and spell, and then you can do best 4-socket compute, and it should be a 12. It should be 12 combo, and then the result should tell us that this 4 fossil combo only takes 12 tries, but then it's pretty expensive, and it's usually cheaper because people like to craft this for some reason. It's just like the old zombie weapon. It's super weird. But yeah, you see 12 tries of corroded, jagged, metallic shuddering. And this is also the cheapest. And then it says 450C, which is more than 5x, 5.5x. And when I last looked, when I bought this was 4.5. So maybe I just helped a lot of people with this as an extra tip in my guide that they didn't even expect to come. Trade's really slow. I can't look this up. I'm going to be honest, it's broken. Yeah, I don't know what's going on today. Trade is broken. But then the shield is a Shaper Shield, item level 86, and I looked for recover 5% of life when you block, and I did this with the pristine fossils or the harvest craft of life, and I was just spamming crafts. I got life, regen life, recover life, so just tons of life rolls, and then we got max lightning and fire. We got lucky. It was really good. Bone helmet, I went for minion life and life. I just used pristine or the life crafts from harvest. This is an item level 86 elder bone helmet raised zombie enchant. But to be honest, you don't need the enchant and you don't need the 86. You only need an item level 80 bone helmet to get the minion life, I believe, and then life and craft the extra June mod. But the mod. The enchant, you could go for a few mods, a bunch of options. I'll tell you a few of them because I'm like, this is the whole point of what I do is helping, and it's better to put it all in one so that no one gets small advantage. Okay, or big advantage. It's all in one. Sorry, it's how it has to be. So Dread Banner enchant is really good for the extra increased effect to get impale. Guys, ooh. I forgot one more thing. Solvenarity I took for the extra 4% impale chance. It's actually extra DPS. It was pretty cool because Dread Banner is so fucking pog with Divergent Dread Banner. But anyways, what was I saying about the hum? You can go Dread Banner, you raise zombie damage. You could reduce the cost of your auras, like get mana reserve reduction of auras. You could get Bone Offering to give 9% chance to block because we're still missing 4%, and then in theory you could drop some chance to block to go more spell block. Yeah, we could also still get like some spell block on the shield and shit, because we in the end we do want to cap the block and spell block on top of the res cap, and we also maybe want to go purities and just create one of the tankiest builds because I have 3 months, and why not, dude? It could be really fun. I got a lot of farming to do. And then the chest plate is a Delve mod. I found this, I bought this from a guy who found this in Delve, and it's +1 zombie, so you can't craft this. You have to find it or buy it off somebody who found it in Delve. And then +1 zombie, and it was item level 83 sunplate with a zombie and 100 life. PogChamp. I 6-linked it with 1800 fusings for anyone wondering. It was okay. It's fine. I did it with 38 quality. Lightning and Chaos Craft as my suffix. And then this glove, the implicit is irrelevant. I just got it because it was a cheap base. And then 84 life, cold res, chaos res, and I crafted minion damage because I didn't need the res yet because I res cap without it because I don't have the headhunter yet. It's so easy to res cap with all these rares. So you should have no problem either. So I got extra minion damage on the glove. That's a craft. Then we have the two-tone boot. This was fire and lightning for the two-tone, and then strength. This helped me get my strength amount that I needed. Life, fire res, chaos res, and increased move speed, because I think we need like 155 or 160 strength, and then we have like a 74 dex requirement and like a 1 is a pretty high intelligence requirement, 242 for intelligence because of the convoking ones. So it's actually a good thing that we don't go the strength stacking anymore, because the strength stacking usually kills your int, and then convoking ones are really good now. I know, and I've learned, and they have always been good. I learned. Yes, 1 zombie and 80 life on the Ami. This is another delve drop, or you can get an elder Ami, item level 68 plus, and you can craft a zombie, and then the 83 life, and craft the extra endurance charge. The unset ring, you have life, fire, cold, minimum endurance. The minimum endurance comes from June Unveils, and then it's on rings and amulets, and it's really rare. I have them if you need it. And then scout towers have 25% increased range. It's a violet teal oil, and I use it, and I use scout towers only. PogChamp for blight. This life, lightning, chaos, cold, and chaos. Stygian Vice, ghastly jewel, taunt, very important. Lightning res is just because I was trying to cap, and then life, I pretty much could cap without it at this point. For Flasks, I use Forbidden Taste, recovering 99% of life on use. 8% of maximum life taken as chaos damage per second. We have max chaos, so we don't take very much from this. You can see that it says 104 total degen, but we healed a lot, all of our HP. The basalt, I use immune to freeze and reduce charges, so we can click it twice, 30 of 60. And we're immune to freeze. Roomies, max block, max spell block. I like this for our block build. Silver Flask with immune to curse. If you're doing a cannot regen, you can also use a enduring mana flask with immune to curse. That's why I used enduring mana flask before. I was so fucking lazy to switch flask, guys, and I was so overpowered that I didn't need to. But if I was trying to min max, in theory, I should have. Quick, everyone was always right. Silver Flask, Quicksilver. The last mod, the chance to gain flash charge when you deal a crit is useless. I would rather have reduced charges or increased flash charge recovery, and then have the 30% move speed. I just keep this for 30 move speed. For Jewel, I went for my 8 socket, 8 passive skill, minion large cluster with Rotting Claws as the most important, then Primordial Bond, and then as the third mod, I went for, you can go for Feasting Fiends, Renewal, was there another one? I don't remember. There might be an shit. It's okay. It's okay. No, that's good. Yep, that's it. Okay, cool. 2 mods. You have 2. Okay, and then I went for Fortress Covenant, and I put the Fortress Covenant in the cluster jewel, so the radius doesn't work. I recommend putting your Fortress Covenant in the cluster jewel. It's pretty OP. Then you have no downside. It's just up 41 damage, 12 block, 11 spell block. It helps with the minion survivability. And then I have a minion damage, life, and the reason I had reduced mana cost on this was for skeletons before, but we don't use a 6-link skeleton, so you don't need this. So don't worry about the reduced mana. You could get more on this if you want, like res then instead of it. This is just a life damage when you use skills recently. You don't have to do that. You could add more to this too. I went for leech. And then this one was just a chaos res corrupted blood. The chaos res was specific for my build because I needed it, but it was just a corrupted blood in general, so anything you can get, you could probably get better than this now, because this was actually very early. This was kind of expensive for me, but for you it's probably cheap now. And then here we go, the Anima Stone. I did this to run the extra carry-on golem for the 8% more damage, and it is definitely worth it. So I run the extra carry-on golem, and he gives the MIM too. So I run carry-on, stone, and chaos. I run all three, and that's because I also run the golem commander on the skill tree. I think that cleans up the golems and all my skills and my items and everything. Now I have to clean up. This is my Spectres. I have only 2 Carnage Chieftains and 2 Host Chieftains. Super simple, very easy. Try to keep that simple. You get them from Ashen Fields, Act 7. Or you can get Carnage Chieftains earlier from Act 2, Old Fields. It's right next to the town on the right. Yeah, so that I recommend to start with the 2 Carnage, add a host when you get a 3rd, and add another host when you get the level 25 Spectre Gem. I got the level 25 Spectre Gem from getting the extra levels with the wand and the Ascendancy. The wand and the Ascendancy, getting the 2 levels, and the level 21 gem that gets you level 25 gets you an extra Spectre. Same thing happens with zombie. Level 25 gets you an extra zombie. So I recommend that if you don't know. And the extra zombie from the amulet's really important. If you were trying to ask for priorities, extra zombies sound really good, because when you go from 8 zombies to 12, it's a big deal. That's 50% more because you added extra zombies through items. I highly recommend it if you can afford to fit them in where you clean up the build with the other items like I've pointed out, because we have so many rares and this build is so nice. Feels good, man. That's why I wanted to put it out. So I put out the Spectres. There's one more thing I haven't covered. I think it's the Animate Guardian. So I'll just reference to my Animate Guardian video that's very detailed, and I've gone over everything and how to get all the items. There's no point in going over it again. I literally just did it yesterday, so it's a great ending to this. I'll just link to the video in the description, or you can go back to the video just yesterday, and then it's really, we're building something great here, and now people can put this together and enjoy an early build that it's pretty expensive, but at least this was taking me all the way to the end game, beating Awakener 9. It's beating full T16 at 60% delirious. It feels fine. It's beating Beyond. I'm juiced and I'm surviving. I'm like actually somehow, unless I'm trying to kill myself, I can actually level in Beyond maps. It's pretty cool. It's been a lot of fun. And then I've shown you the direction I'm going to go now, which is bring you back to the game. Headhunter. Which then I had to square up the reses and shit without the belt, and I moved the jewel, the Abyss jewel, to the skill tree, so I lost a jewel obviously, and then I also I upgraded the Ami to have extra intelligence skill gems, and I lost life. So it's not actually even an upgrade, it's a swap. I traded life for damage because I wanted a little bit more damage after I sacrificed some with going the Headhunter after losing some in the skill tree, yeah. Because I even lost the minion damage on the glove going the Headhunter. It was actually pretty costly, but then I have a Headhunter. Pog. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon, my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, and all the subs on Twitch. It's absolutely fucking insane. Yesterday, holy shit. Thank you guys so much, man. Oh my god. Yesterday's stream was insane. The support was beyond belief. Thank you so much, guys. Oh my god. Thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon or the YouTube members today, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!